And then from that, you can pull a grand jury. Hopefully we have to have like 500 to hopefully 2,000. Our first goal will be like 500, get like 500 people, you know, to hopefully meet on a regular basis. We'd have to not do it here, obviously, you know. It would have to be probably, we were thinking maybe at a cafeteria. We were thinking maybe at a school cafeteria on a Sunday afternoon. You know, we shouldn't have too much problem writing up the proper documentation to say that, look, the community needs this place. It's not being occupied. It's a public school, so it's, you know, for the public. So, okay, so we need a healthy and vibrant jury pool. All right. Now, some of us, all right, may want to work on utilizing the assembly. There's two ways you can use this assembly. You can utilize this to clear your own name. Supposedly, there's, you know, maybe there's some stuff going on with you. You know, some stuff that you want to clear up in the court that you feel your rights were violated. And therefore, it should not even exist. This stuff should not even exist, because had your rights not been violated, none of this stuff that's out there that people are, it's a defamation of character issue, you know? So you can actually use the grand jury and say, hey, look, this is fraud, because that's also what it is, you know? So you can utilize the grand jury to clear your name. Before you want to necessarily step forward and say, yeah, I'll be on the grand jury. If we select you, you can, you know, just kind of bow out for your own personal reasons. You can say, hey, and there's something on that website, the DeJureGovernment.com, where he says, you know, one guy gets selected, and the guy says, yeah, I know the treasurer. He's a good guy. I seem to think he's a straight shooter. So therefore, I'm going to have to bow out of the grand jury because I have a personal relationship with this guy, whether it's good or bad. Unfortunately, most of the people that have a good relationship with that guy are probably more prone to be honorable and dismiss themselves. You know, and maybe some people maybe they got a little bone to pick, you know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of watch out for that too. And that's where the questioning process goes on, okay? Where you have 25 people that are all their own bosses. There's no judge. Okay? If you want to see some evidence on a certain case, if you want to hear from witnesses, okay, the proper documentation is drawn up, we procure that for the next time we meet, and you look at that particular evidence, whatever it is, or, you know, the witnesses are subpoenaed or whatever that is, and you hear that evidence. After that, but before that happens, you have to get by both the prosecution and the defense. If the defense shows up, in many cases, the defense is going to be a public official, and I can guarantee you, the first few times we do this, they won't show up, okay? But if they do show up, then they have the ability to question certain jurors. If you know somebody that's a juror, okay, if you're the prosecutor and you know somebody that the jury could say, I know this guy, or I know, you know, he's definitely got something in for me or whatever, and you can disqualify them that simply. It's not a major process. You just say this one's disqualified. If you're being frivolous about it, you can obviously see as time goes on. But mainly it's like we want you to know that you got a fair trial if we're going to subject you to some type of cruel and unusual punishment, which we, you know, shouldn't be subjected you to in the first place. Okay, so I'm not going to go over that right now. Okay, so now, for the folks that just got here, we went through a few of those things. Now, from what I've already gone through, what kind of questions might you have about what we're doing here exactly, what the county assembly is, what a grand jury is, where it gets its teeth? That's in that booklet there too. I think it's on the 4th page maybe.
Do you go along with RAP?
You know about RAP?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, now how did you hear about this meeting, if you don't mind?
Georgia.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, welcome. It went out to lots of people.
I have a tea party group in Beloit, Carolyn and I do Beloit Patriots.
Oh, okay. Oh, excellent, excellent. Hopefully you can, you know, now that you're kind of evaluating what's going on, maybe you'll, you know, bring a bunch more people here next time.
I'm sending out to everybody, but we just found out this morning.
Yeah, I didn't expect, like here it was like if 2 people show up, all right. If there's 12 there, cool. And then if there's like 30, I'll be like, you know, if anything over 30, I'll be like, oh my God, this is incredible. You know what I'm saying? We're so on the right track. But what this means is that it's going to require some work. You know what I'm saying? That's you know what I'm saying? That's all this is. And whoever wants their freedom can, you know, join and be part of the solutions.
There's been a lot of grand juries going on around the country, and they don't seem to be making any headway.
Okay, that's a good, sort of question. Okay, more of a statement, but yeah. Okay. I was all in on rap originally. I don't know how much you know about me, but you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/anti-brainwashing.
Is it on
You can check out who I am, yep. I've got 80 videos on there. So, you know, kind of just see y'all and go through all the videos, and you'll see anything that I did that was trying to educate people about the way the system works and how we can correct it. I uploaded to that YouTube channel. You know, whenever I had something compelling, and I was like, wow, this is a great discovery. Bam, it's on YouTube and hopefully immortalized. You know, until somehow the federal government takes over YouTube and shuts that down too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of, you wonder, wow, it's amazing. How are they allowing us to do this YouTube thing? You know what I'm saying? Anybody can just broadcast and be the media and get on there and just like, you know, get lots of people. You can get, you know, however many subscribers you got. You know, I've got close to 500 now, you know. And I just talked to a few people in a Skype chat room where I was like, you could do like this news report, you know, like a 2-minute news report, and at the end of it, hand it over to, you know, and back to you, Christian, and then this, you know, another woman, Jen, she can, you know, do this back from Calgary, and we could do this parody thing, you know, back, you know, from enemy, you know, from behind enemy lines in Canada, this is Jen, you know, and just a parody about like, you know, Canada is our enemy and they might invade us and that sort of thing, and do like almost a silly thing, but then she'd actually do a serious report about the news, you know, because people like a little bit of a laugh with their news. Hopefully we can entertain them a little bit, and then, you know, and they'll be like, oh cool, now what's going on in the world, you know. Okay, so again, I'll mention again for the newer folks, what time is it? 1:30. We might go early.
The website you just gave, you said it's in here. I don't see the website you just said about the videos.
That's not on here. That one you would need to write down. YouTube.com. Yep. And on there, featured on my channel, you'll see a video that you can just take it at face value, okay? But as much as you can, try to not learn about that for right now, because it might be a case that I'll ask you to, and anybody will have to recuse themselves that has a type of major opinion about it.
Okay, so it's YouTube.com, and then where do you
YouTube.com/user/anti-brainwash. I'll give you the basics. Yeah.
Brainwash.
Yeah.
All in one.
Yeah, I'll give you the basics. The cops pulled me over. Inside a 45-second conversation, they smashed out my window. Anything more than that, at some point I'll be bringing the grand jury, and I'm going to say, hey, look at this video. You know, do you want to subpoena these 2 police officers? You know, talk to them and you know, get their side of the story. And then they have a video that my cameraman took that's 45 minutes long, and they don't want to release that. They're suppressing that. And this is the thing with the grand juries, is that they can do whatever they want. They don't have some judge going, no, you can't see that evidence. You can't, you know, you can't see that witnesses. We're going to suppress this from the jury or that. You know, if you're on the jury, okay, if you've been selected,
The grand jury.
Agree, the grand jury, one of the grand juries, right, not the county assembly, okay? The grand jury is just 23 members. I think we're going to go with 23, you know, for expense purposes. You could go from 23 to 27, so we'll go lower end of 23 for now, all right? But the grand jury gets together, and then you are one of the judges, really. I mean, from what you think of what a judge is now. A jury member is the judge, essentially. You know, we're all our own judges of, you know, other people. So you get...
Are there federal or any other laws that with the grand jury, I know they have more leeway and they can question